chieftain of the town who was a native Aita and later on married a Mapalaqueña, Loriana Tolentino. This costume was made out of a mixture of both modern and indigenous materials in commemoration of the origin and ethnicity of the place. Moreover, despite the continuous innovation of today, this piece will serve as a remembrance of the people's cultivation of camaraderie over the years to bring honor and pride to the rich culture of the town and its early ancestors. Designer, Santino Rivera. wooden beads, tanso to completely embody the ani ng Laguna tea. The fabric used is made out of abaca fibers and it's designed to be a modern magsasaka to embody the simple yet jovial life of us Filipinos. The karet is there to invigorate prosperous bounty, and the salakot and kain to symbolize the